second lesson, basic algebra. That means the basic algebra, it has many concept of the real numbers. It is having many concept like natural number, whole number, integers, rational number and real number. I denote all the numbers have natural number, subset of whole number, subset of integer, subset of rational number, subset of real number. It has many concepts. In our previous classes, we studied many properties and formula based upon the real numbers. Some formula only applicable for rational number and some concept only applicable for integers and etc. etc. Here, particularly we are going to study about the properties of real number. How will you using the natural numbers and integers and whole number too. You just read at your book page number 52 to 55. They are giving clear explanation. They are given the simplest expression from your entire smaller classes, but it have some concept about for 11th new syllabus. So you just study, but I denote that is enough to it is enough to understand the basic algebra. Which means, so what I am trying to say is, already you know all the concept of real numbers. So why don't you waste the time? We directly do on our problems because we have no time at all. So you just write natural number to real number. I just repeat what is natural number. It is start from 1 and the whole number start from 0 to 1, 2, 3 etc. Integer having minus and plus, that's all. And the rational number having P by Q form, that is fraction method. Real number is the full form having, that is called real number. I directly go to, start with exercise 2.1. Look at the sum. Classify root 7 minus 1 by 4, 0, 3.1 by 4, 4 and 22 by 7 as a number of natural number or natural number or rational number or R minus Q or integer. Now I just analyze what is root 7. Root 7, it is not a natural number and it is not a real number too. It is not a rational number too. So I denote root 7 belongs with real number, but we are going to minus q. That is the first answer, root 7. And there is a p by q form. This is also p by q form. And 3.14, that is also decimal. That also rational number. So we denote minus 1 by 4, 3.14, 22 by 7, belongs to rational number. That is q. I hope you understand. The remaining term, look at that, 0 and 4. 0 and 4 belongs to whole number. And integers too, especially 4. So the 4 belongs to natural number and whole number and integer, and that's all. So natural number, whole number, integer. But here the whole number is not given, so it will multiply, and rational number too, because we will write 4 by 1. All the number having denominator is 1. So in this concept, the first question they are given to understand the natural number to real number. So you just copy that. We move on to the next question. That is important question. Theorem 2.1. Root 2 is not a rational number. It is not a rational number, which means root 2 is an irrational number. That is the meaning of not a rational number. We are going to prove that. So we cannot prove that root 2 is a irrational number. So I select a negative statement, which means root 2. Suppose root 2 is a rational number. I select a negative statement to try to prove the rational number. Then we are going to automatically prove the given theorem. So look at that. How I solve this sum. Suppose root 2 is a rational number, but the real statement is root 2 is not a rational number. Not a rational number. That is the original statement, but I select the irrational number. So first of all, you select then root 2 is equal to P by Q or M by N. At your root they are given M by N. That is the given fraction format, M by N. I hope you understand, where M and N having the positive integer and greater than 1. That is the important one. M and N has the positive integer and greater than 1. Now root 2, we just change it. N root 2 is equal to M. Now squaring the both sides, we have N square. I mean 2N square is equal to M square. 2N square is equal to M square. Again here N square, if you change that, it will be 2N square is equal to M square by 2. Which means M having the factor of 2. That is the main concept. 2 is the factor of B. I mean M. 2 is a factor of M. Which means M is a factor of 2. I mean 2 is a factor of M. If suppose the M having 4 and 8 and 16, 32, it means it will be cancelled. That's why I say 2 is a factor of M. That is the meaning of M square by 2. Now, we write again substituting. I mean, again I take, I select M. So, M is equal to, already I told you, that is the 2 is a factor of M. That is 2K. I select M is equal to 2K. That is very important. 2K. I denote this is the first one. I mean this is the first one. This is the second equation. M is equal to 2K. Apply the M value to the first equation. Substitute M is equal to 2K in first equation. That is 2M square is equal to 2K square. That is 2N square is equal to 4K square. Where N square is equal to 4K square by 2. So we need K. So I write 2N square by 4 is equal to K square. Where cancel that. Now we have N square by 2 is equal to K square. Before this second step, we said that is the 2 is a factor of M. Now I denote 2 is a factor of N. Look at very clearly, both are different. There M by 2, now N by 2. So that is the very important. Here M square by 2, here N square by 2. So I am trying to say 2 is a factor of N also. One number cannot have a factor of two numbers. So it is contradiction. So we write which is contradiction. So 2 is it is, again I told you, 2 is a factor of M and N. which is contradiction. So you write which is contradiction. Enough to say which is contradiction. Therefore, root 2, what I am trying to say, it is not a rational number. Root 2 is not a rational number, which means root 2 is a irrational number. The theorem is proved. I hope you understand. Again I repeat you. I select root 2 is p by m by n and change that and squaring method. I have n square is equal to m square by 2. Here 2 is a factor of m. Again I let m is equal to 2k because n is a factor. 2 is a factor of m. Substitute the first equation and we have k square is equal to n square by 2. Now 2 is a factor of n also, which is contradiction. So root 2 is not a rational number, therefore root 2 is a irrational number. That's all the theorem. The same thing we going to do the exercise sum root 3. You just see the full board work and you try the exercise sum. The root 3 is not a rational number, not a rational number, which means root 3 is a irrational number. Just to see, copy to your CW note.